This is the RunSafe Security Minute. We're here to provide 1-minute security briefs. Today's question is,
Shane, how can RunSafe Security help reduce development disruption caused by unaddressed vulnerabilities?
Yeah, that's a great question. So today, development teams that are kind of on top of their game are doing static and dynamic testing. They're generating software bill of materials. And as a result of that, they've got a ton of potential vulnerabilities to possibly triage. And so, a lot of organizations are going to have policies that don't let them ship code if there's critical vulnerabilities in them. But what if those vulnerabilities could be mitigated and fixed at a later time, or downgraded from critical to high or medium, or something go from a high to a medium or low? And that's really where run-safe technology comes into play. So, we're not going to take that buffer overflow out of your code because finding and fixing vulnerabilities is a never-ending cycle. There's not enough developers in the world to solve that problem, and you really can't solve it generically, even if you're the best of the best. So instead, we've said, well, let's leave the vulnerability in there, let the software still work, but let's make it so that attackers can't leverage that. And so, in a sense, you're getting mitigation there without having to go fix the bug immediately and delay a software release. But then also, a lot of customers have SLAs with their vendors, and if they've got fielded devices with a vulnerability becomes known after that device is fielded, then the asset owners, the end users want a patch. They want to be protected from that vulnerability, and that's super reasonable, right? So as a development company, as a device manufacturer, you can say, well, you have this vulnerability, but you're protected against exploitation because the run-safe technology is in place. And we're going to get you a patch, but you don't have to be worried about exploitation today. And the analog to that today is you'll see device manufacturers, software manufacturers come out and say, here's a mitigation. Turn on a firewall rule, or turn this feature off. You're probably not using it anyways. And so, with that, it's kind of the same process. So there's a workaround to give you protection today until that patch gets developed, released, and then installed on your devices. So, if you don't have to kind of panic every time there's a new vulnerability and disrupt your developers from doing all their new features, then you can continue pushing out new features, bug fixes faster, and get to security fixes as you've got time to do that. And your customers can have that protection while you're still working on those fixes.